everyone, Paul ISM. Welcome to another unbox review. So today we're reviewing the brand new Meng 124th Ford GT40. So this came out a while back in 12th scale, and it's not a cheap kit at all. So I think I'll be avoiding that one. This one got released probably around about this week, well, in the last week in the UK. And I've always liked the GT40, built a couple of Fujimi kits, and I was very interested to see what this was going to be like. So I made the splurge into buying it. It's not a cheap kit. It's between £50 and £60, depending on where you get it from. Is it worth that amount of money? Well, hopefully we're going to find out in a minute. So let's jump in, let's have a look through the box, and let's see what we get. Hey everyone, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications, get notified of our latest videos, give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and leave a comment. I do read and appreciate every comment you guys and girls leave behind. I may not reply to them all, but they are all appreciated. And there's a link in the description of the video that takes you to a big long list of all handy videos and a lot of the products I use in my videos. You now have the chance to support the video content creation by using Patreon or the PayPal me link in the description down below. All the videos always remain free to watch. This is just your chance to help support the videos. Okay then, so this was announced a while back. I've been kind of eager to see this 24 scale version. I built the Fujimi kit a couple of times, and whilst that's it's an okay kit, it's got a few flaws. Mainly the decals are terrible, which is quite common with Fujimi kits. The engine isn't fully detailed. The clam engine cover doesn't come off, it's all in one, and getting the body over the back end of the car is a nightmare. So when this was announced, they also announced a 12 scale, which came out before it. From what I've heard, it's not worth the money because it's £250 plus. Whether that's true, don't know. I'm going on here saying until I see the kit myself, I reserve judgment. But for me, the 24 scale is where it's at with this. So, wonderful box art, loving this. It's very, very cool. Obviously, Meng's typical model is armour with aircraft and cars and what have you as a secondary following, I suppose. So in here there's three schemes. We've got the blue version, the gold, so blue number 1, gold number 5, and the black number 2. Black one looks very, very cool, but for us, we'll be doing the number 1, or if we can get them, we'll do some Gulf colours as well, or we can build a couple of these if we like it. We'll see how it goes. So on the side, you've got your colours using AK Interactive. Obviously, whatever colours you choose to use, Let's stick my autofocus on because that'll help immensely. There we go. There we are. And then on the other side, we've got some information about the car there and the kit info itself. If you want to have a little look, you can have a read. Pause it and have a read. But we're going to dive straight in. So quite a small box, to be fair. I don't know why I envisioned it to be bigger. It's probably his standard size, standard Tamiya size, but it just looks small. I think it's because it's fully colorized all the way around. I don't know. A bit of a strange one. Nice sturdy box though, as he says, as he rips the edge open. Yeah, well done, Paul. Inside we've got a bit of stuff over win cash prizes, some other malarkey. And then inside we've got the 2 body shell halves with our tyres in there as well. So we'll pop those up there. We've got the clear parts, nicely packaged. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues. I'm going to pop over there. And then we've got our instructions, small fret of photo etch, seatbelt material, and window masks, which is always a good thing to get. And then we have our instruction booklet. Again, very nicely portrayed on the front with the box art. So that is very, very cool. Right, so we'll leave the instructions and everything till the end as usual. And we'll start off with the body shell. So, like I said, I built the Fujimi kit before. I don't have one to hand, sadly, a kit, because I sold it on a while back. So it's hard to tell what we've got, but the moulding looks really nice and crisp. Obviously got the date in there, Meng 2021. Detail looks pretty decent, to be fair. Looks good. Then we've got the rear engine cover as well, with some poly caps in there for our wheels. Staple bags, which are the spawn of the devil. And there we go, and that fits on there like a glove. Ace Ventura would be proud. That is a very, very nice fitting engine cover. In fact, it holds itself on. There's a little tiny pin just there, and that holds that beautifully. That is a really good fitting engine cover, I have to say. Very nice. I love the shape of this thing. It is a very, very pretty car. Right, seam lines. So let's have a look where they are. So we've got a bit of rough texture here, so you just have to run a sander over the back. It is flash, unfortunately, but it is out the way where you can't see it. So on the rear part, I can't see any. Oh yeah, there we go. Seam line right through the back there. And there as well. Excuse my fingernail, I hurt it the other day and there's blood under it, so do excuse me. So 2 slight seams on the back. A little wisp of flash they could just do with a fingernail run over or a quick sand, whatever. Other than that, not bad. Details really good, all nicely crisp. Looks like decent high quality plastic, so no issues there. On the front, seam line goes all on the front, across there, across the back, up the side, top of the wheel arch, down the wheel arch, down the side there to the clasp. And then that is it. Nothing else. Obviously, you've got the sprue support to remove. But other than that, nice and clean. Really well moulded. And exceptionally good fit on the 2 body shell components. That is really, really good. Tyres are there. We'll look at those in a little bit. Let's start off with the chassis, floor pan, whatever you want to call it. Let's have a look. So Staples, you know me, I like moaning about Staples, not the stationery suppliers. So in here, we've got the cockpit tub, which looks half decent. We've got the chassis with an anti-roll bar built in. We've got the engine compartment there on the back. And okay, strange parts. So chassis, floor pan, not really much detail on there. A little bit of recessed and raised detail there. Not a lot. Engine components, compartment, sorry. Again, not a huge amount of detail in there. So not a lot. The cockpit though does have some detail in there. It's not too bad. Again, moulding is nice. It looks a lot lighter on camera than it actually is. It's a touch darker in real life. But the detail is quite good. I think these are fuel tanks at the back, if I remember correct. I forget now. But the detail is not bad there at all. Certainly better than the Fujimi kit inside. So that's pretty good. Excellent. Let's pop that over there out the way. While we're on the interior, let's have a look at the seats. So we've got the seats and the 2 intakes for the back. So seats look really, really good, to be fair. Very nicely detailed. I zoom in so you can have a look at those. We can get to focus. Hopefully that is. Really nice. No detail on the back, obviously, because they sit right up against the back of the seat itself. Sorry, the cockpit itself. But nice detail in there. Get those painted up, get all those detailed, the wash in there. Then you got the air intakes, which are hollowed out quite nicely. Shame they chose to put the sprue locator point right on the top. It would have been better underneath. And there is a seam running all the way through it, top and bottom. So that's going to need removing as well. But no real problems on that sprue at all. Then we've got our engine components and wheels, which this sprue looks very, very nice. Right then, so full engine on this one as far as I'm aware. So we've got all the auxiliary belts, alternator, whatever you want to call it, dynamo. That's an alternator by the look of it. Assuming that's, I don't know, we've got the discs, engine, gearbox, at the end of the gearbox, the blocks themselves, cylinder heads. Lots and lots of parts there. I'm zoomed right in. Sorry, folks, you can't even see. There you go. Lots of nice, pretty moulded parts on there. Lots of nice detail. If we look at that part there, this with the auxiliary belt on, really crisp. Really nice. So I just go around the whole sprue slowly. This is probably one of the ones that's actually worth a real good look at. Very nice. The exhaust system looks to be moulded in 2 halves, which is a bit of a shame. Got the wheel knock-ons there. The wheels are nice as well. Quite the wheels. Super crisply moulded. Really nice. Exhaust system onto the gearbox, cylinder heads, so on and so forth. And again, the top half of the exhaust. Real shame that they're moulded in halves, but it shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. That is some real nice detail there. Very, very crisply moulded sprue of plastic right there. So on face value, this looks like it's going to be a pretty decent kit to build, and I think this might get bumped up the build pile. I'm thinking we'll do this one pretty soon. Distributor there as well, which we can replace with a much better one, I'm sure, from my buddy Luke. Really nice. Very impressed with that sprue. That is a super clean sprue. Really nice moulding. Really crisp recessed detail. Very, very, very nice. Very cool. Now, sadly, this kit nearly cost twice as much as the Fujimi kit. The Fujimi kit you can pick up from £28. Decals are going to be awful in them. Fujimi decals, renowned for being awful. Use them myself. I can tell you right now, the Fujimi decals are terrible. It doesn't have this level of detail in it at all because I've built them. I know what there's a video builder on the channel. In fact, if you go back, so you've got your full engine. I'm going to put money on the decals being better in this kit. You've got the rear engine cover comes off as well, and I think this is going to build up into such a nicer kit. But obviously, we don't know till we come to build it because it may have some major flaws. For all we know, all the floor pan may not fit anything. It's hard to tell. So really nice detail there. Very, very nice. Now, what have we got in here? This is the last big plastic sprue. Right. Okay. So we've got the bonnet, whatever you want to call it, hood, depending on wherever the world you're from. Zoom back out a touch. There we go. We've got some subframes, the suspension, window wiper, the bulkhead, the cockpit to the engine bay, dashboard, which is quite nice as well, to be fair. Again, you've got drive shafts, some air intake, suspension components, fire extinguisher, and again, really crisp. Really nicely moulded. I'll zoom in again, and I'll take you around everything. So yeah, steering wheel's quite nice. The top pedals quite nice. Nice bit of detail in those as well, as you can see. Dashboard isn't too bad at all. Certainly plenty of detail. Once you get all these all painted up and detailed, and a wash in there, these are really going to look good. All the rear, I'm assuming that's the rear suspension components are all built in there. These will be the door cards kind of things to go inside. Window wipers good. Yeah, you know, mirrors, mirror inserts. I'm not seeing the actual mirrors yet. Have we had the mirrors? We probably must have gone past them already. But again, another superbly moulded piece of plastic right there. Really nice. If this kit builds up anything like it looks here, this is going to be half decent. Really nice. Very nice detail. few wisps of plastic here and there, but most of it, I just blew one away, to be honest. I didn't shoot it, I don't mean that. I literally just blew it and off it went. Very, very nice. So, a bit of weird shininess to some of the plastic. You can see it on this bulkhead here. If I angle the light, you can see a catch. A little bit, like weird shininess. It's just going to be in the plastic by the look of it. Yeah, no problem there. That's going to turn out pretty well. Obviously, there's 2 poly caps. There's what, 4 poly caps for the tyres. I'm going to open the bag of tyres and we'll have a little look at one. Let's see what we've got. Sadly, unbranded. Tread pattern's good though. If I come in and have a look. Go on, focus. Tread pattern's good. There's no prominent seam on there at all. So nothing to really clean up. Just clean up this bit. Just snip it off. Put your tyre in that way. Job done. So they're going to look okay as well. So no problem there. And then clear parts. The sprue that can make or break a kit. Like quite literally make or break a kit. Let's see what we've got. Again, there's another downside to the Fujimi kit. The glass goes from the outside on the Fujimi kit. It looks to be the same on this one, from what I can see. But the glass is not great, and I'm really not a fan of staples on clear parts. Right, glass is super clear. Few marks on the front, that'll be from the bag. Optically, oh, really, really nice. Really good. And those marks might just wipe off. I'm not going to touch them now. Side windows. A little bit thicker, so you've got a bit of magnification in that because of the curve in them. Really, really good. That's nice, high quality clear parts. That is right there. If I show you that windscreen, if we look at it from this height, you can see there just how nice that is. Very, very clear. Really nice. Very good job, Meng. Well done. And if we zoom into the bottom, it will shine front of my cutting mat. It kind of does. If I come up, there's no real magnification, even though we're going out of focus. So yeah, clear parts, really good. Very nice. Like I say, the parts that can make or break a kit, they're definitely a bonus. Really hate staples. You are going to hear me moan about staples in any kit that has staples, because I hate staples. There we go. Wonderful clear parts. Very, very good. So all the plastic parts look really, really good. I'm happy with that because, like I say, it's not a cheap kit. The bags are crap as well. They don't even tear with the staples. Look, they just stretch. There we go. Get out. Come, bugger off. Yeah, they're really strong bags with staples in. Anyway, so yeah, overall plastic kit parts look really, really good. So we've got a mask set, which is paper and is cut. So well done. Thank you very much. So always a worthy addition to get. We've got a little bit of PE. And it's my favourite kind of PE where it's not attached to the fret. Wonderful stuff. So you've got your rear. This will be the PE for the back here. Like so. And then some belt buckles inside because this would have had very, very simple racing harness in there at the time. So nice to get. A little extra. Not bad. And they got some seatbelt material as well, which to be fair is actually quite nice. It's got quite nice texture to that. If you can see that. Very cool. I like that a lot. And then decals. Again, another part that can make or break the kit. And I've not looked at any of this. It's literally arrived today. And this is me and you looking at this for the first time. Right. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got some of the stain into the decals. Can you see it here? Which is like the adhesive used. But that will go once it's taken off. They do feel a little bit thick. What they're going to be like though is anyone's guess. Okay, so yes. So we've got 3 markings, I believe. We've got the tyre markings, 3 different markings for the 1, 2 and the 5 car. We've got some Goodyear tyre markings for the tyres, superb. And then we've got some instrument dials as well there. So all good. So on face value, the decals look okay. They do feel thick. I am going to say that they do feel very, very thick. But I've had decals that felt like this before, and in the end have not been that bad. So we won't know until we use them. And are we going to use them? I don't know. I really, really want to do a Gulf Scheme GT40. That is my plan. So what we'll do, I don't know. I know the Fujima do the Gulf Scheme, so I could always buy that one. I think I'd rather buy another one of these, to be honest, by the look of it. So we need to get this built, see what it's like, and if it's any good, we can always grab another one later on. And we'll see if we build it out of the box. It would be nice to build it out of the box, once it's accurate. But it would also nice to be a Gulf Scheme. You can't beat Gulf Schemes, Martini, Rothmans, any of those alcohol, motorsport, tobacco sponsors. Marlboro is one of my favourite decal schemes of all time. So I would like to see it out of the box, but I would also like to do an aftermarket scheme. So I think I'll have a hunt around. I've got a feeling we're going to see a few schemes reappear on the market. Right, instructions now. I don't think I've ever owned or even looked at a Meng car instruction kit, and in the past, I think I've only ever built one Meng kit, and it was the, the 163 Comet, I think it was, which wasn't a bad little build. So I can't remember the instructions. On the front, on the front in a multitude of languages, we've got read carefully. So it's about don't be, I don't know, yodeling chainsaws while you're skiing. It's just random stuff in it. Don't stab yourself with a knife. Side cutters, pin vise, hobby knife, tweezers, cement, Cyril acrylate glue. And we recommend using display tools. Well, there you go. And decal application as well. And then, they are nice instructions. So we've got kind of CAD instructions. Okay, so you've got your different cars at the top here, A, B, and C. I'm going to zoom in a touch. A, B, and C at the top. So pick which one you want to do. And you start off with the braking system. Then we're on to the interior. We'll start with the body shell, as we always do. Then you've got your pedal box, fire extinguisher, gear stick, subframe. Well, it's actually the top of the suspension, to be honest. Your colour call-outs are here. So they look like good instructions. Whether I like them or not, I don't know. Because they do look a bit weird. Painting instructions here, because obviously you have to paint the side of the chassis, floor pan. Same as the exterior. So depending on which variant you use will warrant a different paint. Getting the front radiator in place. Building up our engine. The engine looks to be really good. Suspension components. Building everything up. Attaching a numerical order. Always good to shout out if things need to go in a particular way. Again, different colours for the different schemes. So A's got a different scheme to B and C. A bit strange, but okay. And then get the engine components in place. That is why that's in 2 parts, because it goes over and under. Is that right? Don't know. Maybe. We'll find out when we build it. Possibly. Onto the rest of the engine. Engine looks pretty straightforward, to be fair. Seatbelt, making a seatbelt. This looks really simple. Using the black belt that came with it, not the Karate Expert, the actual belt. So they look really simple to build. And obviously I think it only be on one seat because the other seat was just there for a reason, wasn't it? Rather than being used. Rear bulkhead in place, dashboard in place. 2 parts on the dash, obviously. Wheels, tyres in place. Getting the front wheel arch liner in. Different variants have the scoop or the hump on the roof. Glass goes in from the exterior, like we thought. So PVA glue that in. Don't use anything else but PVA. Make sure you don't put tons of it in there. Pop it in place. Put some light clamps on it, a little bit of weight, whatever you can. Leave it the hell alone for a few hours. Clean up as much as possible before you leave it. Don't use stay glue, it will ruin it. I've made that mistake before. Engine part, hood, cover. Hang on, how does this all work? Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got one complete upper surface to go underneath there. Okay, and then obviously the glass part goes on the back, so you can't see the engine through the back, which remember, right, is pretty much the same as the Fujimi kit. But obviously, the beauty of this one is we can take this on and off. So that is really good. The engine clips on the front, clips in the back. So top work there. And you got colour reference here as well in Meng and Mr. Hobby Acresian. They're water-based colours as well. So all the colours are laid out there should you need. And then you got your painting schemes as well. So 502 is silver for the wheels. You got a mix of colours for the blue. We don't need to do that. We'll find that colour. So there's car number 1. Then you got car number 2, the black one, which does look very nice in black, I will admit. And then the gold colour one. Not sure I like the gold one as much. Does look pretty good, but not for me. And then on the back, we've got all the sprue layouts. So there we go. Let's go back to me and have some final thoughts. Right then, so there we go. What do we think of that? I'm quite impressed, to be honest. That looks like a decent kit. It's not cheap. It's a £50 kit, really heavy. But in there you get a very nice looking kit that looks to be pretty well engineered and hopefully should go together with no issues. You get a bit of photo etch. You get the mask set. You get a decent decal set as well with 3 options, which you don't always get. And good instructions as well. So is it worth it? It's probably a tad overpriced. It's probably about £10 overpriced, I would say. I think a kit like that would be better around the £40 mark, which is kind of what Tamiya is in between. I mean, there's some Tamiya kits can be around the £50 mark, but I think it is a tad expensive for what it is. But by the look of it, I think it's going to go together really, really well. The rear engine bay clamshell looks like that's going to go together really well. The fitment is absolutely phenomenal there. The clear parts are decent and all the parts are beautifully, crisply moulded. So I think that's going to be a very, very nice kit. Like I said in the video, I built the Fujimi kit a couple of times. It's not a bad kit. The decals are terrible. The clear parts aren't the best. And getting the shell on the body is a struggle. It's unbelievably tight and quite a squeeze to do. This is going to be an easier build. So is it worth nearly double the cost of the Fujimi kit? We'll only know when we come to build, and hopefully we'll build it in the foreseeable future. There we go. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you think it looked alright. If you've got the kit yourself, let me know what you think of it. Does it look good? Do you think it's worth the money? Let me know your thoughts on it. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them down below and we'll get to them as we do. I read all your comments, might not reply to them all, but I do read every single one and give everyone a heart as well. So thank you for watching today. If you'd like to support future content on the channel, there's a Patreon me link in the description down below and a PayPal me link as well if you'd rather use that. Check out International Scale Model Facebook page and forum, umpretail.com, where you can get all the products I use in my videos, or nearly all of them. Check out my Paul ISM Facebook page for all my personal modelling work, and the Live the Bench page, the Off Air Hangout group, and the ISM GB page as well. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.